Remember, always remember, folks, the biggest thing for a trader is to let the trades come to them. The best traders in the world let the trades come to them. They don't go searching for levels. They just scan a chart, and a level should pop out at them. It should literally pop out and be like, hey, I'm a short level or I'm a long level. Take me here. If you find yourself focusing in on just one stock or two stocks, you're going to end up forcing trades, and it's a very tough way to make money. I know traders. There are some certain traders that will only trade Apple, and honestly, those traders aren't very successful because they're forcing moves on a stock that may not have anything in there just because that's the only thing they trade. So they say to themselves, oh, well, I haven't done a trade today on Apple. I got to do one. So they're going to pick up a level that's not as good. And that's a very, very bad situation to put yourself in. That's why I trade everything. I trade small caps. I trade large caps. I trade ETFs. If it's moving, I'm trading it because I give myself the widest base of stocks to trade because I know that 3/4 of them, 99% of them probably won't have anything in it. So as long as I'm trading everything, there should always be something out there that I might be able to find.
5208 was the level and had a real nice bounce and even going higher now. So again, we just want to isolate a bite out of those markets and take them for what they're worth each and every day. Hopefully we'll have some gaps. We've done well with the gaps. Sometimes we don't get gaps that trigger, but be patient. The next day, you never know when Christmas is coming, and hopefully we'll get a few more gap plays over the next month as we're really in the heart of earnings season. Gareth was just talking about a potential gap webinar. I think we could probably do one sometime maybe later next week in the evening, maybe after around 6 p.m. or something after the market closes. So if anybody's interested in that, maybe you just want to shoot support at In the Money Stocks and email, say I'm interested. We get enough people interested. I have no problem doing that for the members. All right. A couple of things I do want to talk about real quick, and then we'll get into this market. One, I want to go to JP Morgan real quick. This stock's down 36 cents today. Not a big deal. JPM still has a lot of support around 55.80, 55.85 on a 10-minute chart. If it breaks through there, then there could be some, real problems for JPM. But right now, we're not going to make too much out of it on a Friday afternoon. The other thing I'm seeing is that the dollar-yen is pushing up, and that's happening even as the actual U.S. dollar index is weak. So you could see that somebody's trying to support these markets by pushing up that dollar yen, which means the yen is falling against the dollar. So dollar is strengthening against the Japanese yen, and that keeps that carry trade intact, and that helps these markets here in the U.S. And as you can see, a little bullish consolidation pattern, and the spiders are pushing higher. Generally on a Friday, we look for a flat to slightly positive day, and for the most part, the NASDAQ should be down today, but the Dow and the S&P may be flat on the session. Balaji, how are you? Balaji saying, Nick, can we swing short ES futures away from? I wouldn't swing short ES futures yet, even though I'm in the camp that the market could be putting in a top right now. To swing short the S&P futures is tough. Maybe you want to look at it. We'll look at the chart on Monday afternoon and see where it is there. Okay, that might give you a better entry. Today, you're going to deal with light volume right now, and I'm not sure if they're going to get these markets up or down. I have kind of a neutral day penciled in overall, but anything is possible. I'd feel better about a pullback coming on Monday afternoon. Okay. Andrew, how are you? Andrew saying that JPM closed below the green bar low, very weak in contrast to the market, but GS is strong. Yeah, great observation, and you're 100% correct. GS is positive. JPM, which we just talked about, negative. This, because of the volume trends, will have some support. This is only on a 10-minute chart around this 55.85 level. So I don't really see JPM really cracking that anytime soon, maybe later in the day. And GS has been pretty strong. And even as we speak, GS is putting in bullish consolidation. So pretty incredible. But the financials are still very, very strong and technically very, very good shape. And until they go, really, the markets, can hold up for the most part. But great observation. That's what you want to do. Definitely Kyle. Kyle saying, Nick BHI this morning, original downtick missed by a few pennies and bounced. I refrained from taking it on the second Pierce level. It was a bit more risky on the second hit. Absolutely. And the only reason why you could do it on the second hit well, it never got to the first hit, but you know, let's just go to a 10-minute chart. It came down, and here's what you're talking about, the bounce, and it got there in the next candle. But when you go to your bigger time frame, look what you had there. So you had the 200 moving average with 47. You know, the odds are increasing that that's going to be a solid level. I debated whether to hold this thing all day. I only took 26 cents out of it, but either way, you know, this is when you get a level like this and you got multiple factors there. I mean, this is a 3-factor trade, so I mean, 47 was going to be, you know, a pretty solid level, whether or not it pierced it a little bit or not. As you get more proficient with the cycles, Kyle, you're going to see that, excuse me, not with the gaps, you're going to see levels that should really hold and levels that shouldn't. But in the meantime, you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, coming within a few pennies, and if it misses, you know, you leave it alone or you shy away from it. So I had suspected that that might have happened today with a lot of members, and that's the right thing to do. As you get more educated and you get more experienced in it, then you'll know the better levels to play. So for instance, open table, which was another one today, you could see this one. Let's just go to a 10-minute chart. You know, this one actually went right through our level, so that one worked. But again, if you hold off on a gap because it got down to the level and got a quick little uptick, that's okay. Today is options expiration. I think next week we're going to get a lot more solid plays. 114 is a real good spot. It is overbought already, though. You know, if you want to try it, you put a stop above 115 on close. Any close above 115, you stop out. But I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's a very aggressive play, though. I just got to let you know it's a very aggressive play, and at the moment I only have one factor. So, you know, we want 2 factors, but, you know, if you want to be aggressive, I don't really have a problem with it. Well, this is a wild trade. Holy smokes. All right, so this thing was down, up, down. Yeah, you would probably look at 47.50 as your max upside. Okay? So I'd probably look at around 47.50. All right, but be careful with this because you've retraced quite a bit. Nice bounce, though, off the 50 MA. Let me see what that it looks like, a 618. Yeah, look at that. I love what you did. Is that the play you took right there? Is that the play you took right there? Ah, it's perfect. Beautiful. That's a beautiful retrace. Well done. Bravo. Good job. Believe it or not, I did those gap plays. I went over probably 20 plays this morning. So I started the gap plays this morning at 7:30 in the morning. So some levels I didn't even know if they were how they were gonna play out or if they were gonna trigger. I wasn't even sure. But I narrowed it down to just those trades. There were others. I missed others. It's just too much for me to handle. But BHI, yeah, daily 50. Excellent. Excellent. That's where it wound up. Well done. Yeah, well done. Nice job, Roseville. Yeah, they see you guys putting it all together, and that's what it comes down to. You know, you put it all together. That's what it comes down to. Nice job. Well done. I like that. All the, you know, that's supporting cast. That's what you need when you're taking a trade. You need all those factors. I'm saying, Nick, I too missed so many trades by a few pennies, but on a positive note, I refuse to alter my levels and force trades just to be in a trade. Next week will be better. You know that, 100%. I love the way you stated that. That's a perfect. That's a testament of a true trader right there. No gambling. There's no gambling. And you know, again, you know, there's levels that I see that could be potential moves, but I don't do it. You know, you got to have that consistent discipline. Without that, you know, trading's not gonna work out in the long run. If you're tired in this market, you know, you got to be real selective and careful. It just doesn't, you know, just make sure you have a good night of sleep. Don't ever come into the market, especially the intraday action, as quick as it is. You know, I go to bed every night by 10 o'clock. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. You know, sometimes even at night, I got the laptop with me. The wife and I are watching some TV, or my son and I are watching a ball game, and you know, I'm still scanning charts. So my brain is fried. But the one thing I want to say is that either way, if you're ever tired, please, you know, cut back on your trading. Wait till you got a good night of sleep. You can't come into this is an arena, the world's largest arena, and it's filled with gladiators. And they're looking to slay you. So you got to come in fully alert with all your senses, fully energized, charged up. You need to eat well. You need to exercise. You know, these are all the things that we need to do as traders. I know it may sound crazy, and I'm not the picture of perfect health, or, you know, I'm not no Adonis body or anything like that. But one thing I will say is that, you know, I try to, you know, get some exercise every day. I try to get a full night of sleep. I don't drink. I don't smoke. You know, you got to come into this market every day like a gladiator, and that's how you have to think of it. It's survival of the fittest here. Remember, we want to be the lion in the jungle that goes after the weak gazelle. We don't want to be the gazelle that is getting stalked by the lion. So we always remember that. But I know you got a lot of business going on right now, new building, your company. You know, make sure you get a good night of rest, and just tone it down. That's all. That's all. Tone it down. You know, maybe you can't make it in the morning, and you come in at 10 o'clock, and you got some better sleep underneath you. Okay?